closer to release, right?
Very close.
Very close. Okay.
We'll have a date very soon.
Okay.
On final platforms. You can wishlist it on Steam right now.
Okay, fantastic.
But, yeah, we're getting there.
So, you operate in an interesting space, coming out of sort of the being a game developer, but live action stuff is something that we remember from way back in the day, but you've kind of brought it back in a really cool way with Her Story, and of course, Telling Lies. So for people that may not be familiar with it, tell us a bit about what is Telling Lies? What's the kind of experience people are seeing? It's like, oh, is this a HBO show? No, it's a game. So
yeah, I mean, what I did with Her Story was took the idea. In a normal video game, you explore a big 3D world, right? And that is the gameplay. Yeah. In Her Story, you were exploring a database full of video. So we took the idea that in games, you often have like all this story content, audio logs, diary entries, stuff like that. What if you took all the exploratory gameplay and applied it to the story? So you actually get to explore and get to grips with the story, uncover the subtext, the secrets, and find your way around. And Telling Lies really is, it's kind of the open world version of that. It is this huge game where, as you can see on screen, you're basically, it's a first-person game. You are this woman who has stolen a hard drive from the NSA, which is full of secret footage of the intimate lives of these 4 characters. And you're going to get dropped into these clips, and you can then scrub around and explore, and you're trying to figure out what the hell is happening, who's talking to who, what has been going on, who is telling the truth, who's telling lies, and slowly, as you immerse yourself in the worlds of these characters, you kind of put together the story and kind of uncover the truth of what's actually happening.
So who are you as the player?
So you are this unnamed character who at the very start you see her kind of race into this Brooklyn apartment. She has this stolen hard drive. Yes. She plugs it in, and then the camera and your game camera merge, and you spend the whole game in her POV. Okay. You have like 6 hours to go through this database, and so you'll be searching.
You've already built it, so this is gameplay is what we're seeing.
Everything here is, this is how the game works.
Okay.
So you'll see people say things, and you'll pick up on certain words or phrases, and then you'll use that to jump into other clips. And so kind of like a detective, you're noting names, places, characters, turns of phrase, and you're constantly kind of digging into this footage to infer what the hell is happening.
Can I get is there a hint button?
No. Like, I think the thing that was beautiful about Her Story was it was an incredibly free game. Like, it genuinely said, you can do anything, go anywhere. Like, you could see any part of the story content within your first 5 minutes.
Yep.
And it was very trusting of the player, and Telling Lies even more so. We have like 10 hours of footage. There's this story that spans 2 years. You can follow any lead that you think is interesting, and your curiosity will take you wherever it will. We're not going to
You're not walling
script it. We're not holding anything back. Wow. It's entirely up to you to just explore this thing.
And then everyone will have a bit of a different experience, I guess, as you kind of go through it.
Yeah, you bring your own subjectivity to it. You have very different interpretations. When we've been testing it, we found we basically have 4 main characters, of which Angela here is one.
Yeah.
And we found that people kind of will gravitate towards one character maybe, and then kind of build the story around them. So you tend to have this very interesting personal experience. And then when we'd let people loose to talk about it after the playtests, everyone would have like a totally different take on what they'd seen. Like, oh, did you see this thing? That implied this.
So most people, when they play it, you're not necessarily going to see all that 10 hours. You may see pieces of the footage.
Yeah, I think we found people were seeing sort of 30 to 40%
on
a given playthrough.
All the more reason to go through again, right? But it does, obviously, the story kind of evolves as you go through it, where you sort of find clips and go deeper down the rabbit hole, I guess. And
there is a big story. You know, your main question as a player is, something terrible has happened. There is a reason this is going on. What was that terrible thing? Why did it happen? And then beyond that, you're kind of understanding these characters and their lives, what led them to this point.
Wow. Well, it's such a cool and different style of game. And that's what I love about E3 is we have so many different styles of games. The fact that you're doing full motion video, but in a different way, in a very accessible way, right? Where it's like you can just click through and have your own experience, and with amazing actors and you directing it, it's such a different experience. And I'm glad to hear it's close. So we'll hear more soon on when it's coming out, right?
Very soon. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, Telling Lies, as you said, wishlisted on Steam, and more news coming soon. Sam, always great to see you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, man. All right. Well, we are.